Good evening, everybody. Jack O'Malley coming to you today from the office. Drove down tonight, of course, tomorrow through Thursday we're in session, but drove down a little early today to be in Lansing to meet with Farm Bureau and some other phone calls and things. So I haven't been following the news of the day completely, but enough to make a few comments. So I might be more general tonight than specific, but if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, go back and watch a couple and get a feel for where I'm at and what I think. Once again, to a lot of people, there's an old saying, preaching to the choir. Well, there's a lot of people who, agree with me. And then there's a lot of people who just will disagree with me no matter what. You accept that, right? But in many of these cases, I want to chat to the people who are in the middle on any topic, but tonight specifically about COVID and where we're at and the governor. The governor's been at it 2 years now, and granted, she had a pandemic hit that nobody knew was coming, but she did, and you have to make decisions. I get that. The problem with our governor, and I'm repeating myself here slightly to make a point, is our governor chose to go it alone. We had that 1945 law that she felt gave her immunity to move forward. Well, the Supreme Court said, no, that's not the case. So then she finds this 100-plus-year-old law that says DHHS can implement these pandemic rules. So they start doing that. We introduce a bill that says, hey, let's put a limit on the DHHS to 28 days. Then you have to come back and talk to the House of Representatives. We were told no. We look at small business, and I talk about small business across the board, but restaurants and bars have become the poster child for how the state is screwing them over. Think about this. The United States of America, the land of opportunity. You can work, and if you succeed on your efforts, great. If you fail on your efforts, that's on you. But here we have a case where the government has come in and just shut down businesses and infringed on our civil liberties. Now, hear me out. Oh, Jack, you're a nut. Civil liberties, we got to keep people safe. We have to work to do both. And that's not what the governor has done. The governor has trashed our civil liberties, all in the name of safety. I and many others have contended from the beginning that you have to have balance. You have to say, let's keep people safe without stepping on their constitutional rights. If that makes me a freak and a crazy, then so be it. We have a new poster child, an addition to bars and restaurants, and that's high school sports. This weekend, God bless them, a bunch of teams got together and played for the state championship. Good. But now other sports are being totally trashed, held down. Why? Why can't we have a sporting event if precautions are taken, tests are taken, they're following protocols? It's not the wild, wild west. And here's the crazy thing. I go back to the inauguration day. Governor Gretchen Whitmer proved to us that if you follow the rules and to follow the protocols and you're smart and you're sensible, you can do things. She went and sat with thousands of people outdoors, and shouldn't she be quarantining for 10 days since she came back? Right? In theory, but she's not. So wait a minute, Madam Governor, explain to me, how can you go to Washington, be with more than 25 people outside, and then not come back in quarantine? Open things up. It's pretty darn simple. High school sports. You're stealing this from these kids. We need to open up schools too. Again, go on and on, but think about that. People have missed their senior year in sports, right? Or we can't have a championship, or some of these sports have been stopped right when we're near the end of their season. It makes no sense. And what did she say today in her press conference? Well, we've got to watch the numbers. Hooey! Have a plan so people at least know, but we don't. What we have is a small little ball of people making decisions based on whatever, because they don't really show us. So I talked to those people in the middle. She's keeping us safe, gosh by golly. No, look at the common sense. How can you go to Washington with more than 25 people outside and then come back and not quarantine? Hypocritical. Wednesday is State of the State. I'll have a response probably after the fact. The State of the State, I think, is at 7 o'clock. I'll probably post something after. But something, last year's State of the State, I almost got up and walked out because the governor, we were in the House chamber. This year it's going to be virtual. We were in the House chamber, and all the governor, you talk about bringing sides together. Isn't that what a State of the State or State of the Union should be? It's like, come on, we need to work together. She just poked and poked and poked. And Mike Weber, he's now termed out, Mike Weber sitting next to me. And I said, Mike, I can't take this. She is being rude and mean and not trying to bring us together. I'm ready to walk out. And he said, well, you'll definitely make the news in the morning if you do. But I chose not to. I sat there and steamed. So I sat through 2 State of the States from Governor Whitmer, and none of them have been unifying. They've all been, here's a stick in the eye. If you don't work with me, screw you. So that's why I came out with my press release about childcare. Please, Madam Governor, let's work together on childcare. Please, Madam Governor. We've got lots of issues too, but I wanted to bring that out. So I want to see, and when you're listening to the State of the State, is she being unifying or is it a stick in the eye? We'll find out. I am working on setting up an interview on our state. I'll give you more detail as we go because I want to wait till we get closer. But I am setting up an interview with someone to talk about our moving forward with investigating election issues. Okay, so that's coming up. I'm going to have somebody on, talk to and get some answers. And on a totally other note, good luck, Matt Stafford. One of the good ones, one of the best. I'm glad I saw somebody comment that glad he got out, unlike Barry Sanders and God, I can't even think of the other name. But Billy Sims. So good luck, Matt, pulling for you wherever you go. All right. Have a good evening. Back on Wednesday after the State of the State to comment on whether I got a stick in the eye or an open palm of friendship from the governor. We'll find out together. Have a good night. Keep everyone in your prayers. I can't stress that enough. We need your prayers. Every elected official, from township right on up to President Biden, needs your prayers. And I will keep praying for you and our state because I believe in the power of prayer. All right? Have a good evening. Enjoy your Monday, and we'll talk again after the State of the State. Good night.